We've all heard our parents or grandparents talk about the good old days, a time when life was easier, life was simple. But what is simple and what does it have to do with your video? That's the question for this Video Answers. At its heart, simple is defined as easy to understand, not elaborate and not complicated. That's how a video should be. But the latest technology and eye-popping creativity can distract from simple and stop the effectiveness of your video in its tracks. So how can you keep your video simple? Easy, by focusing on these three areas. When you're driving to a friend's house, you can't get there by just entering the state in your GPS. No, you also have to enter the city, the street, and the house number. Well, it's the same with video. To be simple, you have to know where you're going. You have to be able to articulate in a single sentence the objective of your video. Keeping your video simple always begins with a clear objective. If you've ever tried it, you know that identifying the right audience can be really difficult. But focusing on a single audience forces your video to speak very specifically to someone, not generally to anyone. That's why keeping your video simple requires you to identify and speak to a specific audience. Have you ever spoken to someone who was incredibly passionate about a subject? Someone who went on and on about all of the random things that were important about this subject? How many of those things did you remember? That's exactly why a strong video should only have a single message. You want your specific audience to watch your video and get your message. But too many messages create barriers to understanding. So select a single most important message that your video has to convey and stick with that single message. That's why keeping your video simple requires a single message. Let me tell you a secret. Each of these areas I've just shared with you are part of a creative brief. And that creative brief will help your video get the focus it needs to get simple. In the end, the purpose of your video is to connect and engage your audience. That's why focusing on a clear objective, a specific audience, and a single message can help you keep your video simple. If you're watching this anywhere but comprehensivemedia.com, head over there to see all of our episodes and get access to exclusive bonus content. And if you like Video Answers, click the link below to like this episode or subscribe to stay in the loop. Now, we'd love to hear your comments below, positive or negative. In fact, do you have a video question? Share it below and ask me to record a specific Video Answers episode just for you. Thanks so much for watching.